Good morning. It is what is this? Wednesday, February 11th. I am SirFelixTheCat, and this is Talk Better Politics Morning Talk. Got a small bit of stories for you today. Let's get right into that. So, one that's been a big talk yesterday was, and this is the story from Axios, what Jamie Raskin saw in the unredacted Epstein Files. And yeah, the big thing that's been called out is Trump's name appears in it more than 1 million times. Which one of those things is a very interesting claim. And that's apparently that back, what was it, like 2012 or something like that. In the early, or 2019, there we go. Former Palm Beach chief of police testified to the FBI in 2019 that following Epstein's arrest in the early 2000s, Trump claimed he threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, which that part we kind of knew. But Trump reportedly also then told then police chief that everyone has known he's been doing this and that Maxwell is evil and to focus on her, which that caught a lot of people off guard. That he was kind of on the side of like, this stuff needs to end. Do I still think he partook in it? Absolutely. Do I think he was doing some of this evil stuff? Absolutely. By not reporting it right away when you've known this guy for years, you are an accomplice. If you see someone commit murder and you don't tell anybody, you're an accomplice. You help them commit the crime. So Donald Trump still did commit a crime. That's obvious. He didn't come out and report to anybody. He just was like, oh no, I'll wait till this comes out, till people get caught, and then I'll say something. No, it doesn't work like that. It just does not work like that. But so again, there's a ton of files out there. They're still digging through them. Luckily, we do have some people who are able to see these unredacted files. And for more on this, you can actually check out, I'm sure everybody knows CoffeeZilla, his other channel, Voidzilla. He actually posted a interview with Congressman Ro Khanna, which is very interesting because Ro Khanna was one who's been fighting for the transparency along with Thomas Massie to get these files out there. They want to see the completely unredacted FBI files because the FBI has them. They redacted the hell out of them. They then sent them to the DOJ, and the DOJ did a second round of redactions. And yeah, they're covering up for rich people, which Ro Khanna did go to the floor and list these people's names, which good for him. Good for him. But yeah, definitely. I'll post that. I'll post in the chat and then I'll update the thing. Give me just 1 second. Share, copy link, post it in chat. And then, yeah, like I said, I'll post it in the description of the video later, but definitely go check that out. Another story from Axios is ICE director grilled over Trump's immigration crackdown. And the reason this one is upsetting is, yeah, it's good that they're being grilled over it, but these sick bastards will not basically apologize or correct the fact that our government had called these people who were murdered by the domestic terrorist group known as ICE as they were deemed terrorists. They were not terrorists. They were citizens. One was basically just trying to get out of the way, not trying to run anybody over, trying to get out of the way, and a douchebag terrorist decided to shoot her in the face. Another one, they disarmed the man because he decided to get involved because they were pushing a woman over, just violently and aggressively pushing a woman to the ground. And he tried to help her back up, make sure she was okay. They then disarmed the gun he was legally carrying and then execute him there on the street. But he's a terrorist for doing the right thing. That's how that goes. That's how this government sees you. If you're against Trump, you are a terrorist. But yeah, there needs to be true accountability. I'm still of the firm belief that anybody tied to ICE, that includes the people who put them in the position they're in now, who wrote the plans for them to be in this position, that includes Stephen Miller and Trump, should be arrested. One, for violating the Constitution, because that's what they've been doing this whole entire time. That's all Trump's administration knows how to do. But they are also complicit with murder of citizens. They support terrorism. They are treasonist. They are against the country. I don't see how that's not just thrown out there all the time. That's how words work. That is how things work in life. But sorry, if you're rich and powerful, as we've seen from the Epstein Files, no accountability here in this country. No, we'll talk to you, but the DOJ, are they going to do anything to you? Nah, not at all. Not at all. Because the world's not bad enough, we get a story from Reuters brought to us by Yahoo News. Trump sets to repeal landmark climate finding and huge regulatory rollback this week. You know, we've had a couple weeks ago, we had this big storm, which is a very weird storm because we've never really seen anything like that sweeps across half of, or a majority of the country in one push, putting just down feet and feet of snow. And we still can't agree that, you know, this is related to climate change. The UK has been getting stupid hot during the summer. Thing about the UK is their houses, like in Britain, their houses are built to like retain warmth because it's usually a little on the cooler side there, or if not, super cold. So they don't have their houses built like here in the US, where that's mainly designed to like get rid of heat. Well, now they're filling that heat to the point to where they're all going out and buying like a bunch of AC units. They don't have regular like heating like we do because they don't need it there. Or cooling. But they're having to get that now because climate change is destroying everything. It's scientifically proven, but if you listen to the rich and powerful and the corporations, that doesn't exist. Nope. Windmills cause cancer and kill sharks and whales and birds. We're not going to acknowledge the fact that it's a much healthier for everyone way to, you know, generate electricity. We need to work on batteries and get away from lithium because lithium mining is just as bad as gasoline and all that. But, you know, eventually we'll figure something out to where you can have non-lithium batteries, maybe glass batteries, because that's cool. They're slightly expensive, but it is a wonderful technology. But we're going to get there. And doing these like rollbacks, these regulation rollbacks and cutting stuff and stopping windmills and all this other research into like, you know, good, healthy, affordable energy is disastrous, not just to the country, to the entire planet. This is what people elected. They elected someone to be like, oh, yep, let me destroy the world. And they still don't comprehend that. So yeah, here we go. We're going to have more natural disasters because we have a moron in the White House doing more rollbacks. Because these rollbacks, the reason he wants to do them, the corporations love them. These corporations had to spend a few hours and a little bit of money to make sure they're not polluting as much. And they're getting rid of that. Absolutely getting rid of it. Slowly, they're just going to get rid of all of it. Insanely vile. In better news from NBC News, court rules government can't deport, I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to butcher it that bad, but she is the student who criticized Israel. And yeah, she shouldn't be deported because she dared to criticize a corrupt government. That'd be like saying because I criticize our government, I should be deported. No. What Israel did, I'm not saying the people of Israel, but the government was committing a genocide. There's no denying that. So criticize them all you like for that. Don't be hateful towards the people that just live there. Like if I saw someone from Israel and they came up to me, I'm not going to be like, well, you're a scumbag because you're a genocidal maniac. No, Benny Boy is the genocidal maniac and his government are the genocidal maniacs. He uses his military for genocide, for evil purposes. That's why we got to keep an eye on Iran, because will eventually just let Israel do whatever they want to them and cause another genocide. Because then we could be like, oh yeah, we're going to make another like Mar-a-Lago, Iran. Because if it benefits somebody in our White House, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And yeah, Biden was just as bad. Biden should have stopped it then and there. But sadly, as we've talked about many times on this channel, most people in our government are funded by Israel. That's just, they get money from them. They're not going to go against the people who pay them. They want this money. They want to live even more in the lap of luxury. Again, a president gets paid more than I do, but they don't get paid all the money in the world. And that's what all the presidents, the congressmen, senators, that's what they want. They want all the money in the world. There's a few out there who try to care for people, say they care for people, but again, look at how much they make. It is ridiculous. And they're the same ones who don't allow us to get fair minimum wage of about $25 to $30 an hour, which is what it should be at this point. That's the point in life we're at. But anyways, back to this. It is great that she's not being deported. Like, very happy about that. It is the First Amendment. We have the freedom of speech. If it is to criticize them, we can. She is in this country. So you know what that means? She's protected by the First Amendment. And for all the people who are pro-ICE, by going after these people and not giving them, their due justice, that's violating the Constitution because they're in this country. They're protected by the Constitution. That is what makes this country this country. Those people help make this country this country. The people who want to violate the Constitution and are pro-ICE are not for this country. But yeah, I will keep an eye on this to make sure that, this is Trump. ICE has been told by judges many times, release this person, and they just say, no, we're going to ignore that. We're going to do whatever we want because breaking the law is what we do. And then another story from Axios. Pride flag removed from Stonewall monument. Now, Stonewall is a national park, so it does fall under Trump because if you want to go to these national parks, you got to have that card that has Trump's ugly face on it. And don't you dare put a sticker on it because, oh my God, that's going to violate it. That voids it out because you covered up Trump's face. You don't want to see his neck, Gina. Anyways, yeah, the Trump administration had this removed because, it's pro-LGBTQ plus. It's not just straight white men. Because again, this administration doesn't care about white women either. Just straight white men. Especially those who are pro-Nazi. That's their key demographic right there. Hateful, racist, bigoted. That's what they want to spread. That's the message they want. That's why they have such a big issue with Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny has worn dresses in the past on stage. He spreads a message of, love is stronger than hate. That's bad. Hate is all they know how to preach. But yeah, New York Council members are demanding answers after a pride flag was removed from New York's Stonewall National Monument, the birthplace of the modern queer rights movement. Which again is why that's so meaningful. Why this flag should be there. There's no reason it shouldn't be. But yeah, the big picture. The removal comes amid a broader federal effort to scrub LGBTQ plus history from the government sites and single out transgender people because of bigotry, raising fears among LGBTQ plus I can't talk today. LGBTQ plus advocates, and that their community faces erasure from public life. Because yes, they are threatened. They are 100% threatened and targeted by this administration. It is vilely disgusting. I mean, we had that, they removed pictures of that one, what was it, airplane that had gay in the name because they were offended by it. And it's funny because the people who are doing this and are so offended by other people are the one who, for years, were saying, oh yeah, all the libs are snowflakes. But you didn't have a white man singing in the Super Bowl. And they cry about it. They flip out about it. Someone doesn't have the same sexual preferences I do. I'm going to flip out about it and cry about it and act like a big baby. And they call other people snowflakes. Isn't that funny? I mean, they should really just change their name from the GOP to the Lying Irony Party. It's absurd. Germany overtakes U.S. in NATO's top command position. The U.S. gave up several positions to Germany. Which, yes, if Hawk was on this, he would be saying like, oh, I don't trust that, because he still fears World War II coming back again. I mean, his people were very much mixed up in that. Not on the wrong side, but he was his country, his homeland, where his ancestors are from, was pretty harshly affected by it. But yeah, Germany will soon occupy more top positions in NATO's military command structure than the United States as a result of a new distribution of responsibilities. Which I'm for that right now, 100%, because our government, with this administration, with who's controlling our military, cannot be trusted. We were directly trying to target NATO allies to take over their land. We were threatening military force on them. We're threatening to try to buy it from underneath them. That's not what allies do to each other. That's what dictators try to do to their enemies. And Germany has been pretty on point, and they see what's happening in this country. Germans will call out and be like, hey, yo, just so you know, we lived through this. We see what's happening in your country. This is exactly what we went through on the rise to World War II. Nope. Let's ignore that. Because, you know, Germany is anti-Nazi. Meanwhile, our government, pro-Nazi. The signs just show themselves constantly. But allies agreed on a new distribution of senior officer responsibility across the NATO command structure, in which European allies, including NATO's newest members, will play a more prominent role in the alliance's military leadership. That is a statement from NATO themselves. But yeah, so I'm for that. It's nice to see a change and have, you know, a country who actually truly supports NATO take more of a top command. And then our final story, one that is hilarious. So, as we all know, Mike Johnson is a complete and utter scumbag. Waste of space. He doesn't understand the book he loves to talk about so much. He understands nothing about the Bible because he is a hateful bigot in every way. He hates people. He shows that constantly. He hates the American citizens. But, oh yeah, because, I mean, he has to bow down to dear leader. Slurp out of that diaper as much as he possibly can. But Johnson says it's full steam ahead on tariff vote ban. Because there's a movement to try to get tariffs back under control. Because, no, it is not Trump's authority to just throw out tariffs willy-nilly. That's never been something the president can just do. It's something he's doing. And we still need it to come down to Supreme Court. I mean, they're dragging their heels on it because, you know, I'm sure they're scared to come out and be like, yeah, you can't do that. That is against the law. It's against the Constitution. I mean, but then again, there are a bunch of sycophants on the Supreme Court, so who knows what's going to happen. But, basically, Mike Johnson's trying to convince all Republicans to just steamroll this and make it to where, nope, there can't be a vote to ban any tariffs. Like, we shouldn't have the authority to vote on tariffs. We should just let the president do whatever the hell he wants because it's a Republican president right now. But had it been something Joe Biden tried to do, Mike Johnson would be fully against this. Absolutely against this. Because they're little children. They don't care about the country. They just want to sit there and be like, oh yeah, look at, I'm grandstanding for my party, for my leader, because they think it's about leaders and not about the country. Johnson will lie to you. He likes to lie to the American public, but he fully understands tariffs are a tax on the people. As we've said before, you technically are not directly paying that tariff. The company does pay the tariff. But what that company does is jack up their prices to then exceed the tariff cost, so they're still making more money off you. You're paying the tariff and then some. So yes, you do in the end pay the tariff. You are being penalized for existing because Trump wants to put tariffs in place. It does not benefit us, does not benefit the country. If he wants to give us back tariff money, he's basically saying, yeah, we stole from you. Here's a portion of what we stole from you. Because, I mean, he's made promise after promise after promise what he's going to do with this money. But we're not seeing it. It's kind of like his beautiful healthcare plan that it took him 10 years to come up with anything on. But he had concepts of a plan, which in the end isn't even a plan. It's not even a real concept. Oh, we'll just give you back some of your tax money and you buy it. That's not a tax. That's not a health plan. That's just what our businesses do with us. They let us, pay towards health insurance. Health insurance, which doesn't actually benefit us, we end up still having to pay because of it. Because the way the system is ran. And that's another thing Mike Johnson's for, because, hey, Trump suggested it, so we must do it. He's a scumbag piece of shit. And good morning, Pinky. But yeah, he wants us to pay more money. That's what it comes down to. He wants you to stay broke. Because, he doesn't understand you should fight for the people. He fights for himself and dear leader. Because as long as he stays on dear leader's good side, then he's good. He's fine. He's happy lying to you. Just another bigot, piece of shit, scumbag. But let's go ahead and read this article. Speaker Mike Johnson said in an interview Tuesday he will push ahead an afternoon vote to ban challenges to President Donald Trump's global tariffs over committed international GOP opposition. Wait, did I say committed? Committed internal GOP opposition. Language tucked into the procedural measure would forestall votes on privilege resolutions of disapproval through July 31st, reviving a ban that expired January 31st as Democrats plan to push a fresh tariff vote as soon as Wednesday. But Johnson is facing growing GOP backlash to the move from a band of tariff-skeptical House Republicans. So we do have a few, but as you see here, the few we have, 3 House Republicans say they oppose the move. One of them is someone who likes to flip-flop. They like to say one thing, and then once it comes to the vote, they vote the opposite way because they just want to look good, and they'll go back to their constituents and be like, no, I fought for you. I didn't fight for you, but I'm going to tell you I fought for you. So really, we have 2 House Republicans who say they oppose the vote. Or oppose the move to ban voting. Yeah, I'm sick of him too. He is one of the worst people in our government. Him, I always forget this guy's name. Comer needs to go. Guy from, I believe he's from Indiana. Jim something. He's a complete piece of trash. But yeah, a lot of them absolutely need to go. They need to be removed. Starting with Mike Johnson. You should not have the Speaker of the House be an absolute sycophant for the president. Someone who's going to just bow down and do whatever they say. You're supposed to stop bad things that he does. Instead, Mike Johnson pushes everything forward and fights for it and fights for it and fights for it and lies to the American public constantly. And he likes to see what kind of porn his son's watching, which is very disturbing. But, yeah, that was that. Oh, we can actually show the story I talked about at the top, which was Ro Khanna naming the names. Do they list them here? Yeah, we had Lex Wexner was listed in there, but we had Salvatore, I can't say that, Zarab, Mike something. Yeah, these names are here. I'm not even going to try anymore. That's too much. But I will zoom in so you can see them. Oh, and it changed my story. Thank you. Thank you. So maybe I won't zoom in and show that because internet. Did have it. Did have it. There we go. Those names. More people that were called out thanks to Ro Khanna. But yeah, definitely. If Pinky, if you can see it, I did post a Voidzilla video that he posted. He did an interview with Ro Khanna about all this, and it is a very wonderful watch. But yeah, we need to see more action taken here, which sadly we might have to wait till the next administration comes in and actually does something, because this DOG is so corrupt. They're never going to do anything. Why would they fight to, you know, arrest people who are proven to be corrupt, evil pedophiles? Nope. Protect them. That's what Pam Bondi's there for, to protect pedophiles. Oh God. But yeah, that was really all I had. Oh, Osborne Nix's fundraiser. Good. Good. More people connected to Epstein getting canceled. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. Anyways, yeah, that was what I had. And hopefully things do get better, because yes, it is feeling very bleak. We have no accountability in this country. We have minor accountability in other countries, but we don't even have that level here. It's just let them go. Let them run free. Let's protect them. That way they can continue to do what they're doing. We care about the kids. We care that they're alive, so the rich and powerful continue to rape them. Wonderful. Wonderful. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, and until then, you take care. Hey, thanks for watching this video. And if you could, please help us out and give us a like, maybe comment, and subscribe. Better yet, share our content. It's pretty dark times out there, and this is topics that people need to hear. It's what's best for our country. I mean, we're talking about better politics. And also, if you want, join our Discord. Carry on the conversation. It's a fun time. And until next time, you take care.